Well, yeah. I mean, my show is called Laid Off. It's a one-woman show that I wrote, and I loosely improv, and I direct and promote as well. So it's like a one-woman band, literally. But yeah, I came up with the idea after I got laid off from my full-time job, and I was a little depressed, and was looking for a job. And I was reviewing my resume, and at the same time I was reviewing the resume of my life. So I was going literally from childhood through adulthood. I said, I should write a one-woman show about this. This should be interesting. You know, I'm only 30, but I've done a lot of really interesting things and have had some pretty traumatic and slightly hilarious experiences.
Very, very hilarious. Let me emphasize the hilarity of her. Yes.
Hilarity.
Alex and I had the pleasure of attending. Rusty attended as well.
Yeah, Rusty went too.
The show at Women Writing for a Change.
Yes, in Silverton.
And it was fabulous.
Yeah.
It was fabulous.
Thank you.
She came out and just tore it up from the second she stepped out.
I haven't had the opportunity to see it. I'm looking forward to it in the next couple weeks.
Because I was in a play called Four Virgins, and it was just 4 actresses on a stage, and we had different monologues and we'd get up and take our turn. Well, I fell in love with that concept, and there was times I just did not want to sit down. And I'm like, I know it would be really messed up if I just stood up here and started making stuff up, because there's nothing else for me to say right now, so I'm just going to sit down and then come up with my own. Like, I just kept joking around. And then when I got laid off, I was like, well, what am I going to do besides find a job? I have to still act. I still really want to act. And I was watching John Leguizamo's one-man show, Ghetto Clown. And he was talking about his family and all this stuff. And my sister looks at me and she goes, you're funny. You could do something like that.
And you were like...
I was like, I could. Yeah. She was like, yeah, well, just don't talk about domestic violence or anything. Nobody wants to hear about that stuff. But, like, talk about the other stuff that's going on, you know? And I'm like, okay. But, I started writing it in October. And then I got a camera and I just stopped writing. I just started acting in front of the camera and just rehearsing in front of the mirror. Every time I'd be in a bathroom, I'm always, telling stories to myself.
Sure.
And that's how I memorized a lot of my stories and
that's
how
where
I was
the improv aspect
Yeah.
of it, I think, comes into, which you were explaining at your last show that because someone was asking if you kind of improv some parts.
Yeah.
Because she had seen you do another monologue at an open mic or something, and she said it, and you said that's part of the fun part of it for you is just kind of like changing it up sometimes. So I think that's pretty cool.
I mean, I like reruns, but I don't necessarily want to watch them all the time.
Yeah.
Or pay for them all the time directly.
Sure.
You know, I want to
Right.
switch it up a little
Yeah.
bit. So it's the same story, but certain things are just emphasized a little bit more, or I might add a little tidbit in there. It gives me freedom to just have more emotion and not just be worried about, oh, that one word I didn't say that one time, I have to say it again. And it turns into something really...
Well, she
that's
always
not
says,
fun.
Lana always says in class, they're just words.
just words.
They're
True.
just words.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the emotion and the feeling that you're trying to convey.
I'm pretty,
so
I'm
that's
pretty
what's
sure
going
if
to
you,
really get
the
people,
emotion comes through.
out into it.
Now, something really cool that happened was John Leguizamo actually tweeted you.
Yes, he
about
did.
this.
I tweeted
Did he?
him.
Oh my gosh!
I
Did
did.
hear just
I
about
know.
that?
I had a really crazy fangirl moment. Like, I tweeted him because I was reading his graphic novel. He turned Ghetto Clown into a graphic novel because that's like his life
awesome.
And you
work.
have it in the background of your
I
show,
do. I
too.
bring it with me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And it's just like there. Like, he's looking at me. Just, I'm like, I know, Johnny, I know. But I tweeted him. I said, I got this book. I can't wait to read it. I'm working on a one-woman show. You inspire me. And he tweeted me back and he said, wow, that's the toughest format out there. Best of luck to you on that. And he put courage. And I'm like, wow.
That is
To give you chills.
Yes,
To give
and
you chills.
then weeks later I tweeted him and I said, I'm watching, Ghetto Clown again and you're really helping me and I was going through a really rough time. And he said, he tweeted me back and I was like, oh my God. He was like, thank you for that. It helped get me through a tough time and now it can help get you through a tough time. So he actually was, he tweeted me twice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So did you tweet him and tell him how successful the show's been and the responses?
I did, but I think he's busy. Sure. We're not like
He
friends.
can't tweet you
Yeah,
back all
like-
the time.
That's okay.
I want him to come to a
just
show
did-
one day, though. That would be my dream.
That would be cool.
Is to have John Leguizamo just in the back, and just kind of...
Just in the back. Like,
Rusty, can you call
just
him
watching
for us and
it.
invite him to Layla's
John
next show?
Leguizamo. More people to see it, on a wider scale. And I want it to just keep getting bigger, but still maintain the intimacy.
Yeah.
And I wanted to inspire young girls and the shy girls, the awkward girls, the forgettable girls.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The way that I've heard people speaking of your show, You could be at Carnegie Hall and that intimacy would be there.
Sure.
And I'll tell you, I've
Yes.
seen other one-woman shows. Whoopi Goldberg, Lily Tomlin. Phenomenal. And you know what? I was sitting way in the back. Sorry, Russ. I was sitting way in the back, and I still felt like they were connecting with me.
Yeah.
And that is what you're going to do. Because that's how powerful. I'm telling you, I hear really great stuff about
That
this.
is what she
so
does.
That
excited.
is exactly what
you
it is.
do.
There you go. And we're not
Yeah.
just here trying to, amp you up. You've already done that for yourself. We are
Yes,
just
definitely.
reinforcing
Yeah.
what you have done and telling other people that they can do the same thing too. But it's work.
It is. It's tough. And it's not just getting up and, I'm going to tell you guys a story about my life and just, stare off into the world. Like, just talk to anybody about it. That's pretty much the first thing I bring up. And people ask me, so how are you? Yeah, I'm doing the show called Laid Off. It's like, it's my boyfriend and my kid and all that stuff. Yeah, I put a lot into it. And it's a little overwhelming at times.
Sure.
But at the same time, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like just, I don't know, a great experience that I don't want to ever end.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can sum it up as.
Yeah.